Back to the channel, Bullhead Gaming here. Today we're coming back to Warframe to continue the Learning Curve series. Today is going to be talking about the different experiences throughout the game, as well as how they help you. So I'm not going to be necessarily specifying, like, how they work. This is mostly going to be, how does it help you, the player? And I'm going to go from the most helpful to the sort of least helpful, and I'll explain as I go along. So, without further ado, if orders could stop. What the? Okay. Anyways, without further ado, let's get going. So, when you're in your navigation, there's a very specific set of missions that are the most helpful missions that are in the base game. Those are your endless tiles. So your endless tiles are your defense missions, which would be Helene, and I believe this one? No, that's a survival. That's also, this one is too. Survival here. Oh, it's this one. Nope, that's the defection. Good lord. Alright, anyways. Your endless tiles, those are your defense, excavation, survival, interception, disruption, and defection, which only has two. Caracal in Saturn, and I believe Eris has the other one, which would be right here. No? Does it actually? I'm actually not entirely sure if it does. It does not appear it does. Okay then. Maybe Setna has it? There's one that has... Alright, I'll pump for it later. But the defection mission, which is this one, is where you can get the Hero blueprint, a piece of the Hero blueprint, or of the Hero Warframe, which I believe is the systems, because the chassis comes from the Void Fissures. Now, these endless tiles, how do they help you? How do they help you, the player? This is your main way to gain your level, to gain materials, and to gain mods. This is your go-to way because of this. You could keep going, you could keep on running, and walk away with a lot more than you would in Dione or Ante or Calypso, Telesto here. Basically anything that's non-endless, where it's like, oh, you complete the objective and you leave. You have to leave. So, your endless tiles are your go-to source for it. That's for everything. That's even for some blueprints, like the Gorgon, the Boar, which is found here, and other blueprints that you could find throughout the star chart. Your best shot's going to those. The second most helpful, which I briefly brought up, is the Void Fissures. Your go-to way to get Forma and Prime weapons. And also an excellent way to level up. Because if you pick, like, this, if you go Ani the Void, or Stefano here in Uranus, or even here in Outer Terminus, you'll not only be able to get your primes, but your first relic open, I believe it's either 25 or 50% XP boost, on top of getting your affinity boost through the other players in your squad. Forma, for reference, I can show you that. I have lots of blueprints, but I haven't built any, which I will run one now. Pardon my list, I have a lot of stuff in here. So, your Forma. This is very important for building in your clan dojo, as well as having certain weapons and being able to reforge, which I don't know why I'm having a network issue right now. Pardon the interruption. Let's see if we can come back on me here. Don't kick me out, please. Please don't kick me out. Do something on the side here. I wonder if... Hi again. I apparently accidentally turned off the recording as my game decided to disconnect on me. So, to bring the forma back in. Forma is your most important piece, is a very important piece for polarizing your weapons and warframes, which has reference to the new players. It is in your actions tab. It is the middle one, which apparently I have one. Oh, I think this is a standard aura forma. Oh no, it's an umbra forma. Okay. Anyways, so you can polarize to use them for certain items. The next experience that I find quite helpful in this game is the open world tiles, which is Cetus at the Plains of Vital here on Earth, Fortuna and Orvalis here on Venus, and last but not least, oops, come on, the Necrolisc and the Cambion Drift here at Deimos. All three of them give very unique items. So, for instance, I'll hop into Cetus here. Just one that's not too busy, I suppose. The thing about Cetus is, this is the more bare bones one. So, one thing I have learned about Digital Extreme and how they handle creation of new experiences, or from the creation of a new experience to other instances of it, they know how to refine things. They know how to make it easier. So, here in what's this? Huh. So this was the first of the three maps, or the three open world tiles. This one really just offers Zaws here. I don't know if it's going how cooperative it will be for spoilers, so I will apologize in advance if I bring up any spoilers with what I'm about to show. This is some more within stuff, so don't mind me. So, hey. There's a door right there that you can open. Okay, so, the other big thing that you can get is there's these amps and operator arcanes, okay? So, these are designed to give you... These arcanes are always going to give you something good, but some of them are on a chance basis or on a particular action. So like this. Matches Vigor. This goes on your operator. When you hop into your operator form, you gain more health immediately. And it stays that way. So, the amps and the Zaws are the big ones here, as well as showing the two new Warframes of Gera and Revenant. So, if we go here, you can see the Zaws. Okay, all the Zaws and the assorted. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. You'll be able to see all of the Zaw pieces you can get. Now, as we get to the Cambion Drift, there's going to be better things, more refining to it. So, we go to Fortuna briefly. Fortuna offers a little bit more. Their subfaction does not necessarily just give amps. If you complete the Profit Taker heist, all 4 stages, you'll have the opportunity to bring your heavy weapons, your arc guns, into any mission you want through the use of a Gravamag. This one was also the first one to show the Kit Gun, which is a unique modular weapon similar to the Zaw, but the difference is it is a primary or a secondary rather than a melee weapon. The other thing too is this is for when you want to get your crew. You come up here to Mr. Ticker, and You can buy certain things here, as well as buying off debt bonds and railjet crews. Okay. So you can actually up your crews here with Ticker. And you also have the first companion one, who's right here. Legs. So this one shows refinement, but these are the things I'm showing you are the things that are going to help you. The kick guns and Zaws not necessarily much. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the kick guns, better of the Zaws. I won't hop into demos just for time's sake because I want to make sure I talk about everything. But the Necrolisk offers a similar structure to Fortuna, but there are two different things you can make immediately, whereas the Hound companions you can make from Fortuna, you have to have Sisters of Parvos and get the materials to do so. So, this doesn't do much to help you other than Zaku and Lavos, as well as the Sado and the Vulpaphilas and Predicites you can get, and Necromix. Necromix are great for open world areas if you're really struggling, especially here. Really good idea. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is assassination missions. Your go-to spot for a fair amount of your Warframes. The only exception, to my knowledge, is here on Mercury. Okay? And if you go into here, you won't get a weapon called the Seer, which is Ordis just made me lose my train of thought for a second. Damn Ordis, damn Cephalon. You will get the Seer weapon parts here, as well as the Cronus, if you haven't already gotten it. Ceres is also a unique one, because Ceres offers on Exta the Frost Warframe, as well as the Mitre weapon. But everywhere else is going to have a Warframe. One Warframe you do not get from assassination missions here. Rather, the next thing is Nyx. That next thing is the Invasions. Speaking of Nyx, you have a forward manifestation right here. Invasions are a good way to get weapon variants for the Vandal weapons and the Wraith weapons, which we do have a Wraith and Vandal weapon here on Senna. You have the Dara Vandal and the Strun Wraith. These are also great to get yourself some Detonite Injectors and Fieldron, as well as Mutagen Mass, instead of having to come here to the dojo. Next on the list, we'll talk about Empyrean tiles. This is where we're going to get to stuff that's a little less helpful. Everything else is vital, but the next things we're talking about, including here in the Empyrean tiles, is things that don't necessarily help you immediately, but will help you later on. So, the Empyrean tiles, how do these help you? Well, the Oberon and Ash Warframes are farmed through here. Number one, as well as the Sevagoth Warframe. Sevagoth is farmed through here as well through the Void Storms, with a chance to get them during those missions, or to get his parts during those missions. The other thing it helps you with is Arcanes. So Arcanes, as I mentioned, are unique items specifically designed to do certain things in the Orphix. Ooh, I just threw my mouth. Oh, sorry about that. So the Orphix missions here, this is where you would go to get more of those. You also have different weapons known as the Queller, the Pennant, and the Ambassador here in the Empyrean tiles. I say Empyrean because that's actually how it initially launched, but these are Railjack missions, specifically made Railjack missions. But yes, this is where you get those. The next thing, pop out of this. The next thing that is later on helpful or just efficient is Duviri. So Duviri is a totally different experience designed to farm the Caldera Warframe as well as a choice of one of three. Which I really don't need to grind any of these because these guys are just as easy. I have her already. I can grind you on Neptune. Grind you, I think I already worked on you. So this is designed to help you. The circuit itself is designed to help you find your Warframes. So if there's one boss that you're really struggling, say you need the Neuroptics for something, and you really don't want to keep doing the boss fight, come here to the circuit. The whole experience is unique because what this does is allows you to work on getting materials for the Sun and Moon, as well as fighting not Corvex. Corvex is the Sanctum. Caldera. Good lord. And the worst part is I just said his name. So, Duviri is different. Very different compared to the rest of the game. Because you actually have a different thing. A different structure. You have choices. So like right now, I have 3 Warframes I could pick from that I could use my own builds for, other than Grendel, who would be alone. Here I have the Purgator 1 and Broughton Prime for primary, the Lotto and Tenant Spyrex for my secondary, and the Massacre and Heat Dagger as my melee. Okay, you don't go in with just your rig. You go in with an assortment of items that this is what you fight with. Okay? So, this is really just to help you grind Warframes out, as well as grind for the Sun and Moon and Caldera. Oh, and Araxia, sorry. Araxia's here. Couple more things here is to talk about in the not as helpful, or rather later on helpful, the sortie. So, the sorties are unique missions unlocked after the War Within to get you an assortment of items. You have until, I want to say, noon, the day after. So, like, if I started this now, I have until noon tomorrow to finish it. Will I? Not really. I don't do these often anymore. The other thing that I don't do too often is the Archon Hunt, unlocked after the, ooh, I actually have the, Argonac. I can use this. I can do this a little easier. It's the Archon Hunt. However, I would like this. So, the Archon Hunt is unlocked after the New War, where you take on one of the 3 Archons that you fight in the New War quest. It's same structure as a sortie. Only difference is when you do this, you're guaranteeing a Crimson Archon Shard, as well as one from the reward pool. And these aren't easy. These really are not easy, I'll tell you right now. And that's simply because these, you have a lot, if they're very high level, and if you're not doing it just right, like not built just right in a way, you will struggle. The other thing I don't do too often is the syndicate missions. These are if you're struggling to level up your syndicates, that's what you do with these. And I'm trying to think of other ones. Adversaries. Adversaries are a different experience. I brought this up briefly, but okay, enough of you. I'll go to the Codex for this, so I don't have to listen to people talk. So, adversaries. You unlock them through different missions, doing different things. Personally, my go-to here, Cassini in Saturn. It's one of the easiest places to go, and is one of the fastest ways to get it. Sisters of Parvos are an interesting one. I only have one completed. That's where I got my 10 Inspirix. What the heck? You're not executed. Huh. Okay then. 150 limit. Wow, okay. So your adversaries are designed to create a challenging experience while also giving you a new weapon. And other than in the case of the Technosec Coda, those guys don't give you those. They give you live heart cells that every week could buy new weapons. Speaking of, I gotta get to MR17 to get those. What else? There's a lot to do with this game. And next month, and the old peace update, there's going to be even more things to do. So I'll talk about that after I've spent some time there. The least helpful, my opinion, are these arena missions. I mean, yeah, they give you nice mods, but the sole reason to do this is to fight Keldathame. And then, for a similar structure on Pluto, to fight... Where is he? To fight him, to fight Ambulus, you need animal nav beacons. But yeah, those are definitely the least helpful, because there's really no point. The judgment points you can't even sell. You could sell the nav beacons, but they don't provide much in benefit. The other thing that I find is getting to be a lot less helpful is the index, even though the index can make you quite a bit of cash. Okay? So, like right here, this is a 75,000 credit. I usually go low risk and do 2 or 3. But these provide you a fair amount of credits, even though the credit they've seemingly increased credits. But they also bring on unique weapon mods as well, similar to Nakigam and Vanyanoi. Okay. Trying to figure out all of them here. Actually, I have a couple more I could do. We'll do the Zeraman and the Sanctum here as one here, because these are post-New War syndicates. So the post-New War syndicates offer a high challenge area, offer a good challenge area, as well as unique items and weapons. So we'll just hop in here for right now. So the Zeraman should have been probably in the higher up, more helpful area. Yes, Fibonacci. Ooh, just completely cleared that. So here, not so much helpful, but if I talk to Mr. Lord here, you can actually get Dante's weapons. I have the Onos, I got this, which this is fun to use. You can also get the Ruvix, as well as a Riven Transmuter. Ooh. So if you want to get Dante, you talk to Lloyd about that. You can also do these. So you can actually pick some of these out and buy any of these. Okay. Kind of wonder where Exodia, that's Ostron, no. Kind of wondering if I could find where because the one I want is Arcane Energize. I really need those. Arcane Healing. Nope, looks like I'm gonna have to do the Orphix missions for those. Alright then, whatever. So, Phosphor. Phosphor can be grabbed with your syndicates, your core 6 syndicates, or doing the Conclave mission, Conclave-esque mission, I should say, in the Palm 2 PC. Okay. This should be this guy. Okay. It's a squad versus squad face-off mission. I don't do them, because that's not my friend. That's not my forte. But at the end of the day, you can get the phosphor one way or another. Which actually, I'm gonna get some phosphor. These are
a bargain, just for you.
I'll get some here. So what I do, buy 4 of them because I think it gives you 200 each. And now I have 800 phosphor. Now I can go buy a bunch of arcanes. The Zariman offers something different. The Zariman offers incarnate weapons, as well as being able to evolve other incarnate weapons, earned through the Steel Path Duviri circuit, which is Gamma Core, Boar, Anku, Gorgon, and Angstrom. Okay. So these weapons you can get incarnates for. You get the materials for them. You can then go to talk to the weapons specialist in the Zariman. So this also adds another area, another decoration area, being your dorm zone. Just gonna skip these because I don't feel like looking at them. So this guy right here. You can actually look at the incarnate market. Right now he has Borg. Oh, he has the bundle that's in the circuit. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Bring it to life.
But the other thing too is he has some weapons that can get him. So you have this guy, which I could build. The one you really want is the Fenmore, I guess. Which I can't. Oh, pinions and quills. Oh God. But the Latum has a Karnan, as well as the Imodam. I believe the Fenmore has one, and the Praetos has one. Oh, Raptoring ephemeras. Huh.
Not feeling it. Okay.
So, that's the big benefit to these guys. Again, this is not only a post-New War area, but does offer a different sort of challenge, because you could either be fighting Parvos Corpus or Kuva Grenier. Okay? As well as Thrax and Void Angels. Okay. So, I believe I have covered all of the experiences. If I have not, I will continue to do some research to see if there's anything else I can talk about that I can bring up in a new video before I talk about the next topic. The next topic I will bring up is the Steel Path. It will be a smaller tips and tricks video to help you guys understand how to be able to take on the Steel Path effectively without getting curb stomped, because the Steel Path will do that to you. Absolutely will. So with that in mind, I will bid you guys farewell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more and you find yourself keep coming back, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.